Hi all, this is Macbet Locked and Loaded, where we go back over last weekend's Macbet results and how we went. As far as Macbet 2 of the best goes, we had a winner and a loser. The first one was F Troop in the first at Doom, and we thought it would be very hard to beat after its trial, or on its trial. It was around about the 260, 270 mark when we set it out. Hopes Eternal were really against it on the sheets just because we just couldn't see how it could actually give F Troop 5, 6 length start and run the sectionals that F Troop can run. So we got that one right. Then we waited till Sunday for a horse called Takaraka. Pressway was able to sprint too quick for it. It was one of our best a couple of weeks ago, but Takaraka, I wouldn't give up on it. It was put into an unfamiliar position in front, and he rode it perfect for the first half of the race, but he should have been able to get moving on it a bit earlier and not make it a sprint home, because Takaraka is a bit of a grinder, and the race just didn't suit it. So I'd be following it. That's the one to follow for Macbet this weekend. As far as the sheets go, we had a little loss of around about 6 units for Macbet. It's still running at around about just over 19% on turnover, so it's going along really well, the sheets. The one race on Saturday that I wanted to have a talk about, not as far as black bookers go, but just a very interesting race, was race 4 at Doom. Manea, it just comes back to the importance of a few things: maps and whether a horse can get the distance. Now, when you're doing the form, if you think a horse can't get the distance, it's a matter of how much you take off the horse. It could be the best horse in the race and it rates the best, but you don't want to be on it because you don't think it'll get the distance. So no matter how good it rates, you think it can't win. So a horse like Nylet was in that sort of situation. If you thought it could get the distance, you'd have it fairly short, but 1350 was a little bit of a problem. I was sitting on the fence as far as the distance, but it definitely just doesn't get it. It had a fairly soft run on the outside of the leader and just weakened. The market was totally right. It blew from about 2-1 out to around 9-2. So I got that wrong as far as the distance, but the market definitely knew that the distance was a real problem. The other thing was the map with Manea. This is another race, another horse. I got this race totally wrong. I wanted to be on Nylet and maybe Plucky Girl. Now, Manea I was very worried about, but I just thought that it does come out a bit slow, and if the race is not going to be run that fast, well, how's it going to pick up 5 or 6 lengths? Now, it didn't come out real fast, but it got into about 4-2 wide in the perfect position, and it was looming on the corner, and it was just too strong for horses like Nylet, who couldn't get the distance, and Plucky Girl was probably having its 11th run from a spell. It was a touch unlucky, Plucky Girl. There wasn't a lot of room when it wanted to go, but Manea was just way too strong. So there's two things: distance and maps. They're most important.